Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope where you are, things are, at peace. If they're not, best you can do is hope and pray for peace to happen and make sure your voice is heard. Make sure that you, in a peaceful way, let people know where you stand because your words are more powerful than you realize and can actually change and elicit change with others. So today's topic is stories are more than words. They live inside of us. They speak volumes about us. So stories are more than words. They live inside of us. They speak volumes about us. Well, hey Mia, what do I think about stories? Well, throughout life, we all get together, we hang out, we commiserate with one another, we laugh with one another, we cry with one another, and we tell stories. And stories are a very, very powerful way of conveying things about our lives. And people take it for granted. But really, a story, depending on how it's presented, how it's communicated to somebody, tells you volumes about the person that's telling the story. Obviously, we embellish things somewhat within our stories, and we might, say something was a little bit more exciting or a little bit more dramatic than it actually was. But the story itself, do you actually listen to what people are saying? Do you listen to the words of their stories? Do you watch their body language? Stories are us. They are an inner being that's coming out, and we're talking about the things that have been put in between our 6 inches of our brain, our mind. And I know stories are a very, very powerful way of expressing ourselves, and so many people just take it for granted. One of the biggest ways we take it for granted is somebody will be telling a story and the person or persons listening to it are waiting to respond. What do I mean by that? They're thinking, what can I say? What can I interject? Oh, the story I have to tell is so much more exciting. They should be listening to my story. Hey, Len, how's it going? So, bottom line, be present. When people are telling their stories, it's about their lives. It's about what they've experienced that day, maybe in the past, right? Or they might be telling you a story about what something's going to happen in the future. Maybe they're going on a trip. Maybe they're going to a party. Maybe they're excited about something that's happening in their career. Stories tell so much about us. Watch the body language, listen to the tone of voice, and most especially listen to the story. Be present in the story when it's being told to you. And don't be thinking, what can I say? What about my story? Maybe my story is better than theirs because the story's been triggered by what they're talking about. So be present in the moment. Be present in the stories that people are talking to you about. And if you have to, say something, wait till their story's done. Wait till the conversation around their story is completed. And you can say, let's say you want to have a conversation. You go, hey, Jim, that's a great story. And you talk about that story, right? And then you actually interject after the fact. You can say, hey, Jim, after we're done talking about what you just brought up, or hey, Sally, after we're done talking about what you just talked about, you know what? I have something that might be interesting that you'd want to hear that directly relates or correlates with what you're talking about. Or I have a funny story too, Jim or Sally. I'm going to talk about that after we discuss what you just told me. That was really interesting. And when you're conversing about somebody's story, if you've actually been listening, you should be able to say, hey, this is amazing what you were just talking about. I really enjoyed this point that you brought up. Wow, I could see the excitement in your body. I could hear the excitement in your voice when you were sharing that story. Be present in the moment. Stories are so important and they are who we are. And if everybody you're hanging out with, the people you're hanging out with, all they have is sad, depressing crap stories, you know what? Maybe change your associations. Once in a while, we all have sad stories, but if the constant theme of those that you associate with is sad, depressing stories, time to move on. Just like my conversation and topic yesterday, you know what? We have to continue to move on no matter what the narrative and what the stories are that are going on, right? Look for the good stories to share, whether it's past, present, or future. Peace out. God bless you all. Hey, Miss Al. Hey, Neil. Peace out, everybody. Appreciate you listening. Drop me a comment below. If you like this, give me a like. Share it if you feel that it can have value for your friends and family. And I really appreciate, again, comments, good or bad. Let's have an open discussion. What are stories to you? Peace out. Love you all.